Well, this is all about documenting our time on Waiheke, first by ferry and then to our beachfront lodge where we treated ourselves a bit like royalty. The idea was that Katrina would have a birthday to remember, and I hope she did. It was a very, very comfortable place that we had for 3 days on the island. We did quite a bit of exploring from there, as you've seen on a separate video, but there was a lot of wonderful things to see. Sometimes the weather was a little bit mixed. This was on the day of the birthday, the 9th of July, and we had decided we'd go out and just explore for a little bit and see what was what. What we discovered was that apart from a few main roads through the island and various side streets that took you up into the suburban area, there wasn't a heck of a lot of difference around Waiheke. Somebody had told us that it rained for a little while and then an hour later it would rain again. We soon discovered that there wasn't a heck of a lot that was different on Waiheke, but there were some lovely beaches and beachfronts, and this particular point we were down just beside a restaurant that we went to for lunch.
That's a nice spot.
And did a little bit of exploring on the beach as well, if I remember rightly. So a bit of looking around and seeing what eateries were available. We whipped around the corner and parked up where we could find a park before we had a wee explore on the beach.
Is that really in Jeremy estate?
No, I don't think so. We're back at our own beach, and you can see the difference in the style of beaches from one side of the island to the other. Not that there's very much difference, or distance I should say, between one side and the other, but we're back at our beachfront property. Just in time really for another trip to the ferry to pick up Jenny.
So my COVID app said Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Oh! Hilton.
Somebody in Wellington's looking at that thinking,
I know.
I wonder who that was.
I said to Amanda, this is going to mess up all my algorithms. My phone's going to start thinking that this is where I shop now.
So having picked her up, we headed back over to where we knew there was a nice restaurant for a lovely lunch with our friends Lynn and Jeremy, as well as with Jenny at that stage. After which time we went looking for the place that Angela and Bill and Zach were going to be staying. They were down here looking over the beach at some stage, only the road ran out unfortunately, so we had to do a bit of a U-E and go back and have a look. However, we did find it, and it was lovely to have the family around us for the day. Then a couple of pictures taken just outside. This is the area they were able to stay in. It was very, very pleasant indeed. And another one looking in the other direction. It was a special day though, having all of the whānau together. Not that Mike and the kids are in that one, but yeah, it was good. And then we went back to the unit, and the kids presented Teeny with their present, a possum fur throw, which has been put to good use ever since. And then it was time to leave and follow them up the road again, this time to a local winery where we sampled the products. I must say we weren't terribly impressed, not with this particular one anyway. The setting was nice amongst the vines, but the product was a bit overpriced, we thought, and not that brilliant. So one thing and another, time to go home at the end of the day, back to drop off Angela and Bill and co,
Yep.
or to say goodbye to them, and then we went home too. So that was the end of the day, almost, although we did have a lovely meal out that evening. And of course the next day was, well, really special. A long lunch at Poderi Kisi with Mike, who'd arrived. Zach was entertaining himself outside with a ball. On the left is Bill, Angela and a cousin of mine, and Lynn and Jeremy and Katrina, of course, on the other side of the table.
Broccoli is good. No. You go first.
Loads of boring lunchtime chatter, of course. So I'm going to leave it there with Mike and Jenny on the other side of the table and just say that we had a fabulous birthday. It was a great way to celebrate a very special birthday for Katrina, and I hope you've enjoyed being part of it.